Broadcasting from Miami, Florida.
Check this out.
Let's go. Welcome to 25-8 The Culture. On who's hot and who's not. Everything hip-hop. Turn it on, turn it up, get it loud. Here we go. You're now vibing with 25-8 The Culture.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Pablo Maccabee from 25-8 The Culture with your host D-Wise from the Big Fellas.
Yo, what's up? You already know what it is. Your boy D-Wise in the building. We got a fire guest on. Let's get to it.
Also in the building, the legendary Big Money Boy Lance. What it do?
Hey, man, I appreciate that intro, man. That shit made me feel good real quick. You know what I'm saying? What's good, fellas? I know the vibes. Drink in one hand, smoke in the other.
As you should. Get it how you live.
Yo, and our special guest in the building, Jah Brickz. What it do?
What's good, my brother, man? Thank you, brothers, for inviting me on the platform. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it again. You feel me? This is just a beginning of a very, very long and strong relationship, my brothers.
Let's take all these chains cause we innocent. All our resources is limited. Whatever they start, I'ma finish it. I'm young and I'm black and I'm militant. We young and we strapped, we don't give a shit. You better get back on pilling it. The cops been a block, I'm concealing it. But if that's the option, revealing it. Brick City, that's a war zone. Same city that I call home. If you ain't fight, couldn't come home. Be ready to rock when you called on. I studied the rock, got my ball on. A shot from the side, got my ball on. If I fall off, I'ma fall on. I'm a ball even if I'm a walk on. But it ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Find me a wife I can marry on. Find me some kids I could carry on. A legacy I could carry on. Got some niggas in the chain gang. Youngins, all they know is gang bang. But we ain't here to play the blame game. Cause the main thing is to maintain. And we gon' do that from the rip. I don't care if you a blood or a crip. Real niggas won't cease to exist. Cause if you black, my nigga, you the shit.
What's up? That's what's
That's
up.
dope.
Yo, man, so let's get into the interview. So this interview is it's called Barz and Interview. So we're going to get to know you a little bit better. Then we're going to go into either a freestyle or you're going to go ahead and debut the track. So basically, how did you come with your name? Like, how did your name come about?
Okay, so basically, since I was young, my mother named me Jakim, right? At birth. But then she changed my name to my grandfather's name, like probably, I believe, like, I don't know how old I was. I was still like a couple months old, but she changed my name. So first my name was Jakim, then she changed it to Rome or whatever. But Jah stuck with me. So all my family, they used to call me Jah. That was my name. That was like a family name. Everybody, even in school, my teachers, Jah. So once I started to rap, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep the Jah, right? Because I think it's a rapper named Jah or Jah, something like that. I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I was Googling like the name to see like if only I'm gonna pop up, if other people gonna pop up. So other people was popping up. So I'm like, I ain't gonna do Jah. So let me see what else I'm gonna put. So then I added the Brickz to it because I'm from North New Jersey, aka Brick City. You feel me? So Jah Brickz. That's how the whole name came about.
So basically, your name representing the city that you're from, basically.
Absolutely, yeah, Brick City. That's where Redman from too. If y'all already know.
Oh yeah, Redman is nice.
He a Brick City baby too as well. You know what I'm saying? I grew up a little bit from where he used to be at. Whoa.
So when did you start rapping? Like, when did like this all like, you know, like, were you young? Did you start off late?
I started off late. I started rapping in 2011. The summer of 2011 is when I first started rapping. I always was into rap. Like when I was young, it was this dude that was in my projects. He used to be rapping. I thought it was amazing. Just because he had his voice recorded, I thought he was famous. Like, you feel me? As a kid, I was impressionable. I'm like, oh damn! I thought he was famous because he could play his record. And then also my stepfather, he used to rap. And I remember one time when I first was introduced to him by my mother, he rapped for my mother and all his kids. Like, I guess to win my mother over or something. He rapped for all of us. So, you know, I always was like into the whole rap thing. Like, I liked it, but I never really stepped into it and actually start writing my own rhymes. Yeah. Then I think about when I was in middle school, I started to get into it a little bit. But what I would do was I would take other people's rhymes and act like it was mine. You feel me? So in front of my friends, I'll be rapping other people's lyrics and stuff like that in front of my friends. And if they didn't, and if they wasn't familiar with it, I could get it off. You feel me? But if they was familiar with it, I'd get caught. So eventually, after I start getting caught a little, I'm like, you know what, I gotta make my own rhymes now. You feel me? So then, you know, after I graduated high school, that's when I finally start rapping on my own, like really getting into rap. I was balling before that, so I was straight into basketball like all high school, and then after I left high school, I got into rap.
Real quick, yo, D-Wise, you got a basketball question?
Oh, basketball question.
Like, yeah,
So this is gonna get competitive, and this is about Jah Brickz and his hip hop thing. So we'll talk about that. But quick thing though, like when you was born, what position were you?
I was a point guard.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir. You ball?
Yeah. You know, I did my thing, went to the collegiate level, did my thing, but this is all about you, sir.
Okay,
so
no doubt. But like I said, we're gonna top it up.
Hey, if we talking basketball, let me ask you this: was you a Jason Kidd point guard, or these new fraudulent point guards like James Harden?
I was a Steve Nash, but with defense.
Oh, damn.
So like, yeah, I was pass first, but I could shoot too. You feel me? But I was pass first though.
That's the definition of a point guard.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, it was all pass. Get my teammates involved. I get mine. You know, after everybody done touched it. If you acting scared, all right, I'm shooting it now. You feel me? Like that. I give you a chance, bro.
All right, so
sound like Chris Paul to me.
This is the definite to me, and this is why I don't know where your basketball IQ is. If you was a true point guard, was you a East and West point guard, or you were a North and South point guard?
What you mean, East and West point guard?
Ooh, see, these are questions I can tell. East and West point guard means your quickness, your lateral. That means you were going from side to side. That means that you were running the offense that way. North and South means you were fast and gun. That means when you got the ball, you went from rim to rim to set up everything. You were a running gun type point guard.
Okay, yeah, I ain't never get into those type of terminologies. I ain't get too deep inside it to where I was getting to all those terminologies. I was just, you know, I balled on a little high school level here and there, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't I ain't never really get scholarships and none of that type of thing. You feel me?
Understood. You know what I mean? It's just question when you said you was Nash with defense. I'm like,
yeah,
damn near is the point guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
I just want to get into the songs. Like I said, I liked Miss My Dogs and Royal. I was bumping that. You feel what I'm saying? I was really vibing with that, though, the way the beat was and the flow on the beat. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot. What was your inspiration for both those songs? And out of the two you made, and if there's other ones that's also, you know what I'm saying, you've made, what was your favorite one to make to this day right now?
Okay, so so I'm gonna answer the first question.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So Miss My Dogs came about because, you know, I was bumping Tupac. What was the song by Tupac? How many brothers fell? Like, is it Life Goes On? Is it? Yeah, I think it's Life Goes On. Yeah, how many brothers fell victim to the streets? And I'm like, you know what? We need a record like that in this era. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need a record that's, you know, just basically memorizing and showing the pain of what's going on in our environment versus glorifying what's going on in our environment. So that's how I came about that. I'm like, you know what? I want to make something similar to that vibe, not exactly like it, but, you know, I want to, you know, shout out the fallen soldiers, because, you know, in my city the crime rate crazy, like it's ridiculous. So you know, I got like probably 23 friends that done died since I done grew up. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just make a record. I ain't even gonna put all of their names in it. I'm gonna just make a record in memory of all of them. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So that's how I came about the whole Miss My Dogs thing. And Royal, I wanted to make something that bumped a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying, got a little bop to it, but it was uplifting. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of records be you know, it be degrading. All of the records that be bumping in the club, it be like degrading type of messages. You know what I'm saying? So when I was making Royal, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make something that you could bump to, you could vibe to, but it also uplift my people and it also uplift you know, the women. And I also wanted to add the term Aborigine in the song. So if you listen to the song, you'll hear me saying Aborigine a couple times, because, you know, I never heard a record with that term in it. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to just disguise it in there to where, you know, subconsciously you hear it, but you just bump into the song. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Kind of like when a person listen to Future and they be like, I don't really know what he's saying, but the beat hot. I wanted to, reverse kind of do that with something positive where the beat's so hot and you bumping it so much that, you know what I'm saying, you don't really know what I'm saying, but eventually subconsciously, it'll resonate with you.
Got you.
Yeah, word. And
I was definitely feeling that track, Royal. I like how you like you went in like, yo, you're a pretty face and she royal. You feel me? It's like you're a black woman, you go God. So you referring to the black woman as like that she's a god, especially during
absolutely.
You just be calling women, all these derogatory type of terminologies and words and stuff like that. So I just very creative on your part and uplifting on your part. And for people that don't know what Aborigine is, or Aboriginal man or person is, can you go in and explain that?
Yeah, so basically what an Aboriginal is basically the original inhabitants of a particular landmass, to like put it in a nutshell. So, I'm gonna try to break it down to where people, understand that better. But basically, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. When we was in school, we learned about the Native Americans, right? And we learned that they were the first people in America. You get what I'm saying? So how they taught you that they was the first people in America, they will be considered Aboriginals. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. However, that's false history though. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like an example of like if a person be like, basically the first people of a particular landmass is what an Aboriginal is. Yeah. I happen to be an Aboriginal of America, which means that my ancestors and my lineage are the first people to be in America. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like no Africa included, no none of that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can be an Aboriginal from Africa, you could be an Aboriginal from China, you could be an Aboriginal from Germany. It doesn't matter the landmass that makes you Aboriginal. You're Aboriginal because you're melanated. You feel me? And we are Aboriginals to the earth.
Yeah. I personally agree with you on that. When people are like, oh, we should go back to Africa, I'm like, nah, I mean, I was first here in the Caribbean. I was first here in North America. Like, why do I need to go back to Africa when I'm the first everywhere? Whether it's the Asiatic black man, whether it's, the Aboriginal here. Do you consider yourself just Aboriginal, or do you also fall under, like, say, Moorish or Moor, or believe in maybe some of the teachings of, like, say, Noble Drew Ali or anything like that? You just believe that you're just Aboriginal just to the whole world, like the whole landmass of the world?
Okay, so I don't believe in like anybody's teachings. I go off research.
Okay.
Pretty much. So you know what I'm saying? I research my records. I do diligent research in certain areas, you know what I'm saying? I do scientific research. I do I deal with genetics. Like I do all type of different research in different areas so I can prove certain things about who was here and who wasn't here without somebody telling me, you know what I'm saying? Because the problem that I had was I used to be like on some Pan-African stuff too. You feel me? Like I'm black and I'm proud. You know how we come up and they teach us. Yeah. And when I realized that I was indigenous to America, that made me not want to listen to people. That made me want to do research on my own. So, you know what I'm saying? I could get what's really going on, because if I'm to listen to somebody, that'd be me being indoctrinated by them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've done research on Noble Drew Ali or whatever the case may be. And, once I did my research on him, and it's crazy because, he found the first temple in Newark, New Jersey. That's where I'm from. That's crazy. Like that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, so I was doing research on him, and things was coming up to where I was realizing that he was plagiarizing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So as I was seeing that type of stuff going on, and I was seeing patterns and that type of stuff, I swayed away from that, Yeah. And then I also, when I was looking up the whole Moorish Science Temple of America thing, I realized that it's not a political status in America. You know what I'm saying? So the reason of you wanting to know who you are is not so you can just be proud of who you is. It's so you can operate under that title and have a certain status. You feel what I'm saying? So like for example, I know you heard the Back in Blood when I'm like
taxes.
I said we don't do taxes in a check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna go over people's head because they don't understand what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that I'm actually tax exempt. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't pay taxes. And the reason why I don't pay taxes is because I operate under my Aboriginal status. And as an Aboriginal, which they misnomer Indian, and then you listen to and you read the Constitution, Indian not tax, it start to make sense. You start to understand. You feel me? Start to come full surface on certain things.
All right, so on a humor aspect, you know, some people are gonna try to figure out how they cannot pay taxes after this interview.
Hey, yo, look.
Yo, like I'm Aboriginal too.
I just tell them this. Look, you gotta be down for doing research.
Yeah.
And you got it. You feel me? You gotta be down for doing research. A lot of people they want the glitz and the glamour, but they don't want to get their nose busy in the whole research aspect of everything. You know what I'm saying? So I tell them, like, I help them, I put them in the right direction and all of that, but you just got to be willing to do the research for yourself. I'm not going to spoon feed you, right? Or whatever.
And take it away.
So
Go ahead, man.
All right, on some music, yo, I love listening to your music. I love the beats, yo. I love the way that shit knock. You know what I'm saying? You ride in the V, you just turn that thing up and let it rock. So I definitely love that about your music. Now, as far as like how you've been dropping knowledge, one of my favorite record is Straight from Brickz.
okay.
I like that's my shit. That shit when that shit came on, I was like, okay, this is it right here. What were you feeling when you wrote that record?
I was just coming from a perspective of me growing up in the projects and saying everything that I'm seeing for the first verse. The second verse, I was just, talking about the trauma of me growing up, being basically my mother got 5 kids. I'm the oldest. So it was kind of like I was raising my siblings. And a part of me raising my siblings was taken away from, my dreams and the things that I wanted to do because I had to take on like grown people responsibilities at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? So, I was very overprotective over my sisters. Anybody try to talk to my sisters in a project, I didn't really like the type of dudes in the project. I didn't want them talking to my sister. So, we'd get into confrontations and things like that because I never want them to have like them type of dudes as boyfriends. So,
right.
that was basically my inspiration, just growing up in the projects and just feeling the pain. Me seeing my friend mother sell her to a drug dealer for, crack. Like, seeing stuff like that, it really hurt my feelings, it really hurt my heart. And then, I had to put that in music. That's why I'm saying in the first verse, I'm like, I said, baby girl like 15 with a nice ass, so she act grown. The problem is she think older men are more mature, shorty. That's wrong. He gonna just tell you beautiful. That's just game. He gonna ruin you. You feel me? Because I seen this is the type of stuff that I was seeing. Like, I was seeing real young girls getting straight A's in school. Then, they start talking to a 25-year-old, 30-year-old man. They only 15, and then he just ruined their life, bro. Like, so that was the inspiration on that track.
Right, so that's major because they always think young dudes is like, men are okay with the idea, looking for that 15-year-old girl. Nah, that's just unacceptable, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was dope to actually hear you put that message out. So definitely applaud you on that. Now, you say you're from Brick City. Now, what influence did your city have on your music?
Everything. Like, I'm me because of my city. From Sue Surf, you know what I'm saying? Sue Surf, he wanted the illest, and he from my city. And I was seeing that because when I first started rapping, I actually was on some battle rap type stuff. Like, I could get busy with the bars, like, what I'm saying? I could get real busy with the bars. I could battle somebody if I want to. But I started to gravitate to making music more. But Sue Surf, the projects, I moved around a lot though. So the main projects I lived in was 195 First Street. It's called the Garden Spires. That was the main project that I lived in. But I moved around so much that I was living in like 4 or 5 different projects. You feel what I'm saying? So around the time when I was 9 years old, I was living in the worst projects. It's called self-boarding. They call it death boarding because it's just like, they shoot every night. Like every single night I lived there for 2 years. Every single night we had to lay under the bed because, we had to, duck from the gunshots hitting the windows and stuff like that. You feel me? So when I was living there, that's when that kind of turned me to a goon. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like living there, I had to be like a little goon. and I ended up holding my whole class at knife point one time, or whatever the case may be, and yeah, getting in trouble when I was 9 years old because I was being bullied. So I brought, I brought a knife to school and put it to, his neck. I was about, and yeah, so it has a lot of influence on me, from the good, the bad, the ugly, and it just make me understand, even though I'm knowledgeable in a lot of different things, I still understand the bottom, I still understand the struggle, and I'm never going to forget that. Regardless of how much success I get, anything like that, I'm going to stay tuned in to what's going on in the bottom, because I was that kid in the projects that couldn't eat, that, I had to go a couple days without eating and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I know that, and this kid's still living in my projects, even though I'm out of it, I'm good. It's still people living there. It's still people going through those harsh realities. So, it has a big influence on me.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if you had another question, Lance.
Oh no, I do. I figured we were spinning that thing around.
I was letting it go back to you. My job is to make sure that Maccabee doesn't ask 100 questions in a row. So that's why I was like, okay, next person.
Don't let me go. I'll have it all night. You know what I'm saying?
I'll fuck with your questions too.
Oh man, I appreciate you answering and going in depth with us. We really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But now, being from Jersey, now I'm gonna go take it statewide. Who is your favorite rappers from the state of Jersey?
I'm gonna have to go with Sue Surf. Like, honestly, like, I can't say I love Redman Dev. I can't say Redman though, because that's not my era. So you know what I'm saying? I didn't really, and another thing is, I seen Sue Surf. I seen him in places, like, what I'm saying? Like, he was visible. I can touch him, what I'm saying? I could have a conversation with him. I never, I met Redman before, but like, he wasn't touchable. He wasn't in the hood, what I'm saying? He wasn't talking to the youth in the hood. He wasn't putting people on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to get on in Jersey. Like, Jersey is like a crab in a bucket type mentality. I know everybody say they city like that, but Jersey, bruh, it's crazy. It's like I remember one year they voted us the most unfriendly. They voted North the most unfriendly city in America. And bro, I believe it because, like, it's natural to mean mug. Like when I had moved to Charlotte for a short period of time, when I moved to Atlanta, it's hella Southern hospitality going on. You feel me? People open the door for you. People say good morning to you. There's none of that in my city. It's mean mug. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes, if you ain't that tough, you better walk around with a mean mug, because that's your protection. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like that. That's how they giving it up in my city. You feel me? I walk around smiling, because at the end of the day, if it come to it, it come to it. You feel me? I ain't got to put on that whole facade of, acting mad and all of that type of stuff. But some people got to do that for survival.
Yeah. That's what they say. It's not on you, it's in you.
Real talk, like, that's a fact.
Yeah, hey, shit, man. I was about to say, like, as far as, and that's your, but I was like, so I fucks with him. You know what I'm saying? I say, like, as far as battle rap, I know he's starting to make music now, but as far as battle rap, and like, I always liked how he connected his words. You know what I'm saying? He was always like, really, like, if you listen to him, besides him battling people, if you listen to his wordplay and how he connects his dots, he's always been on point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he battles you and tells you the story at the same time. That's why I always fuck with that nigga. But like I said, like, you said maybe Redman was out of your circle, but I was like, yo, I'll never disrespect, like, Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Oh, yeah.
That's an OG Jersey cat that, like, a lot of people now be like, yo, lyrically, like, man was a beast. And, like, because he put group first and never was like, I'm Tretch, like, he never really, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't put him in that top thing, but, like, everybody that got bars, like,
I never knew who he, like, I knew who he was, but I knew Naughty by Nature. Like you said, I knew Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
Versus, you feel what I'm saying? So it threw me
go
off.
back and play some Tretch tracks and let him listen to what he's saying, how he's saying. Yeah. Like, yo, Tretch was a beast. Hold up. Rewind that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just don't listen to OPP. Listen to Tretch spit, yo. And, like, even, like, I can go back and you say it might not be like, what you witness. But I remember, like, when Queen Latifah, who's a Jersey chick, came through, she reached back and got all her Jersey people with her. You know what I mean? That's why Naughty by Nature hit the scene. That's why Redman went from 1 to like 8. Like she went back and hey, like nah, let's get it. Like you know what I mean? So these are like OGs of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my bad. Hold on, I want to say one thing. My bad. You said the most influential. It ain't what I said it was. I'm gonna tell you who the rapper that I'm mostly inspired by. I don't know how this slipped my mind. Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
I don't know
Hill.
how it slipped my mind. I apologize. Yo, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill's a beast, man.
Yeah,
niggas understand that.
How that slipped my mind. I guess I was just thinking about men, and you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill, bro.
Because they get the newer generation thinks it's Lauryn Hill the singer. They don't think of Lauryn Hill from the Fugees that used to have Barz. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that.
Yeah, but yeah, Lauryn Hill, like she one of my biggest inspirations because it's like she from North too. So you know, and you know, when I used to listen to her album, I believe it's called I forgot what it's called. Damn.
Education of Lawrence, that one.
The what? What you say?
Education.
Yes, that one. Yeah. When I listen to that, it's a song on there when she's talking about all of the areas that I know about. Like, you feel me? She's talking about Hawthorne. She's talking about Chancellor. Like, she's talking about blocks and stuff that I really lived on and stuff like that. So when I heard that song, looking back, I'm like, oh, yo, real talk. Like, yeah. She hard for real. Like,
yo, even Lauryn Hill, the singer, slept on too, man. She be dropping a whole bunch of gems and messages and whatever. Man, it will touch you, man. It'll make you cry, to be honest, on some real shit.
Real talk, like it.
Be unplugged. Yo, that was one of the best, unplugged episodes I've ever seen. And, it's she just dropped a lot of gems. You feel me? And she's a GOAT.
You said unplugged?
Yeah, she did an unplug, MTV unplugged that she was playing at the guitar, like acoustics, live session. And just all the songs that she had, man, is just very soulful and very knowledgeable. And, there's a system and it tries to bring you down. That's when they were calling her crazy when she got out of jail. And they're like, oh, she went crazy and da-da-da-da. But, yo, she dropped a bunch of gems on that. One of my favorite projects from her.
And that's why I go so hard, because you see why she went to jail, right? What it had to do with taxes, correct?
Tax evasion or something like that,
See what I'm saying? So that's why I said I'm here to bridge that gap. But like, look, we're not gonna have to go through these problems no more, because now we got access to certain type of information to where they can't extort us how they was extorting our people that came before us. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
What is your creative process and what are your must-haves, like when you're recording in the studio or right before you get to the studio? Like, what is your creative process?
I really write outside of the studio. I rarely write inside of the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I go to the studio, I pay for studio time. So when I go to the studio, it gotta be already put together, and it gotta be to what a point where I can freestyle it. You feel what I'm saying? When I get inside that booth. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I write it, I memorize it, I record it and things like that. So I'm not really an in-studio type of making something. I want to be one day, you know what I'm saying? But I guess in the near future, it could get to that. But for now, I come correct with everything. The process is like, I got to just listen to a bunch of different revolutionaries. And that get me sparking, you know what I'm saying? Or Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Tupac, it was a revolutionary. So like he get my juices flowing, you know what I'm saying? Like he really, really get my juices flowing. And once I became into my indigenous status, I actually took on his name under my indigenous status. So my name is Jahi Tupac Amaru Shi. The reason why I took Tupac was because the tribe that I'm a part of is called the Shi Amaru. You feel what I'm saying? And his name already Amaru. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add since he was repping our lineage and he didn't even know he was repping our lineage with Amaru because his mother named him that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take on that name, like, so it's Jahi Tupac Amaru Shi. So but the must-haves that I need in the studio, all I need really in the studio is like isolation. Like I can't be around a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to party in the studio. I don't want to do none of that type of stuff in the studio. I'm there to take care of business, you know what I'm saying? In and out, taking care of business. That's it. I just need isolation. I just need time to meditate. And I like listening to Khalid Muhammad. I like listening to all of the elders that came before us. I really get motivated. I don't get motivated by rap. I get motivated by revolutionaries, like, you know what I'm saying? Listening to, watching Fred Hampton's story, you know, watching the documentary. That get my juices flowing, like, you know what I'm saying? I get my juices flowing. And when I do all that, it put me in a certain type of mindset, a certain type of zone. And I know that I'm not just doing this for a hobby, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to, you know, free my people, like they say.
Yo, man, shout out to Jah Brickz for not wasting studio time, man, because I'll tell you, me, Maccabee, and like Lance, like I've been around the music scene for a while, and there's so many people that go in the studio just to flex that they're actually in the studio. So they'll understand, like you said, yo, I'm paying for this. So I've been there, I'm like, I'm like, yo, you can call all the bitches you want, all the, you know, order all the food, try to get everyone up in here. You're paying for this by the hour, man. And then your engineer only moves when you tell him to move. So you're paying for the session and your engineer, and you're gonna pay overtime because you're trying to take pictures and flash instead of getting to work. So anybody that gets to work in the studio, I'm like, okay, he's taking this seriously other than he's just trying to flash. So if that's your creative juice and you say you take care of work outside, so when you get to the studio, it's business time, I would say don't interrupt that. You feel what I'm saying? Because especially right now, you're paying for your studio time. When you get to the point where other people are paying for it, maybe you can move differently. Cool, like, yo, it is what it is. But right now, take care of your business. And then I just like how you're spitting everything in the knowledge you have. Finish this sentence. If it wasn't for rap, I would be blank.
If it wasn't for rap, I would be either a lawyer or a doctor.
Yeah, you know, so funny. I was like, I probably think he was gonna say a lawyer just because you're on the whole researching stuff. And it's like, you know, a lot of people that they're into knowledge, they're also into health because they have knowledge about stuff. And when they have knowledge,
absolutely,
they like to take care of their health as well. And it's like, yo, your brain just be like, man, it's cool to learn about the brain or the heart or the this or how to cure diabetes and whatever. And you start getting into herbs and this and that on the planet. And then it's just like, yo, is this cool to be like, well, this law exists, and you're like, oh no, we can go around that. You know, you don't know about this treaty that was set up with yada yada yada, and they have to honor that. You know about, you know, independence never really happened in 1776, and we still under the land tax of the Queen, and this and that, and you know, and you'd be like, yo, I'm sorry, because I read, nigga, like, you know,
yo, it's crazy. You on point, bro, and you more on point than you even know that you on point, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm actually studying to be an indigenous doctor and an indigenous lawyer as we speak, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you why you on point. Because they coincide with each other. Both of them coincide with each other literally because health deals with natural law.
Yeah.
In order for you to be healthy, you cannot break natural law. And as long as you don't break natural law, you will have a healthy body. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's not complex. It's not none of that. You could cure every disease by following natural law. So they coincide with each other completely.
Yeah. You know, definitely, like, I learned a lot from, like, you know, Dr. Lila Africa, Dr. Sabi, all that stuff is like, yo, if it's not natural, then you feel me? Then that's the reason why you're sick and filled with the mucus and all this stuff. And then, like, yo, when you start thinking about it, like, it just makes sense. Like, I ain't supposed to be eating freaking animals. Like, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie, I be hearing you. Man, I ain't giving up no fucking red meat, boy. Like,
hold on, what you say?
I ain't giving up no red meat. I try to cut it back a couple days out the week. You know what I'm saying? But
what type of red meat do you like? Like steak? You talking about as far as steak, burgers?
I like steak, burgers, ribs, chicken. Or chicken ain't red meat. I like roast. Yo, anything that I could fry, I could throw it in the oven. Man, shit, I eat red meat, man. That's just...
Look, put it like this. You don't have to be vegan to be healthy. That's a myth. Let me put you on some game. I really do this health shit. You feel me? Look,
okay, I'm ready.
You can rock with your red meat. However,
make sure they eat grass.
I'm just saying, like, hypothetically speaking, if you was, you know what I'm saying, interested in it, right? You'll just have to stop eating cow, right? Instead of you eating a cow, you upgrade the bison. Let me tell you why. Because cow is a mutant animal. Bison is aboriginal to the land. You feel what I'm saying? So
okay.
And I've had I went to Oakland and had an amazing bison burger. And I was
Bison's expensive as shit, ain't it?
Yeah,
it was probably more expensive. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but it's amazing.
I don't know, but I shop. I shop expensively, so I'm not. I feel like it ain't expensive if it add a couple more years onto your life. That means that's a couple more years you can make some more money. You feel me? So that's how I look at it.
Is under that thing, and it might not be red meat, but like, because I'm just thinking about like beginnings and stuff like that, and what they used to hunt. I enjoy venison too. Is that something that's like a natural animal or no? With venison's deer. I don't know if that's something that's under the radar. Or that's a mutant animal. I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, it's a mutant. Yeah, it's a mutant.
Damn, I thought deer was as natural as the thing.
Yeah. The thing is, yo, you gotta look at it. It's like, yo, we're in year 2021, so there's a lot of mutations and all these, men putting different animals together. Like, in the scriptures they talk about an ox. Like, we've never had an oxtail ever, son. You be eating cowtail, son. Like, you feel me? You never had oxtail in your life. You feel me? You be eating cowtail, son. And also when it comes to like these vegetables, you be eating broccoli thinking that shit is
all the mutants,
yeah. So you be eating
corn is blue.
Yeah, like
corn ain't even yellow.
Like a purplish bluish,
yeah, like a purple.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like I said, we eating a lot of mutants. It be people that think just because they vegan, they healthy. Nah, that don't mean you healthy either. It's mutant plants, yo, the way they colonize this place, bro. Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. Yo, this shit is crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you telling me my weed ain't really from the earth?
My brother, this is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Grow your own weed, my brother. You ain't gotta question it. Yeah. If you grow your shit, you ain't gotta question it. You ain't gotta question where it comes from. As long as somebody else growing your shit, they can do whatever they want to your shit, bro. Real shit, but you know what I'm saying?
I've always known about the hybrid marijuana because they're doing stuff to make things more potent. So I know it's not even like the original marijuana that they said the Native Americans and other people were smoking. The THC content wasn't that high. Man came in and said, "How can we make this more potent, more high?" So I know they're doing crossbreeds and stuff like that. So that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, man, like, I'm not saying I'm there. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but I just know a little something about something as far as, like you said, crossbreeding vegetables and like that. Like you, but it's good that you said that because there's people out there that will turn their nose up like, oh, you eat up the animal, and then they'll eat their crossbred corn, like you said.
We'll see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this crossbred cauliflower. One thing I know, anything that's pure white isn't natural. That white rice, that white cauliflower, the white sugar, all the stuff that is pure white goes through a process of being bleached, so that way it doesn't turn bad fast. I know that. You know what I'm saying? But then you turn the noise up to you like, well, I eat these vegetables. Well, yeah, well, those vegetables came from a past. They use pesticides to help those vegetables grow. Something's not right there. You know what I'm saying? Like
they kill me with that, bro, because they think not only do they can't just be vegans and just mind they gotta act like they better than somebody. they gotta act like they better than somebody. You feel me? I don't like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when I talk to them and I'm like, yo, don't eat mushrooms. They turn their nose up to me now. Look, so they coming at people for eating meat, and then I tell them don't eat mushrooms, and now they turning their nose up at me. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, bro, like. Yeah, it's the information.
It's labeled as a fungus. I don't think you're supposed to fuck with funguses like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I heard they got a hell of a high though.
Yo, real quick to our viewing audience, I know some people are probably like, "Yo, dog, don't fuck with my weed, man. You're talking about my shit a hybrid." You feel me? But when it comes to natural weed, you remember it gets different amounts of rain, sunlight. It's different. It's from the earth, and you're messing with this high grade marijuana from the West Coast or whatever, and yeah, it's getting you high because now man is effing with it. You feel me? And you got to go back to the natural way, because then all of a sudden you're like, yo, weed is tripping people out more than what it's supposed to do because you took it out of its natural form and its natural state, and the more that we align with the planet, with diets, sun, water, soil, meditation, all that stuff, then the more that you'll be a vibrational rapper. You feel me?
Absolutely. You feel me? Exactly. Like, and that's the thing. Like, we gotta understand that once the white man get a hold of some shit, it ain't what you thought it was no more. It ain't that no more. You feel me? The whole time they was criminalizing us for it, yeah, you know, we got it off. We got it from the earth. You feel me? But now that they got to hold it to it, oh, best believe they going to put something in it that, you know what I'm saying, harm you or, you know, have certain long-term effects to certain things that you're doing. So all I say is this, but that's for anything, food, anything, like, we got to grow our own at the end of the day. If you don't, you're subject to whatever the person who's growing it or providing it from you, whatever they put in it, you subject to it. Like,
that's what happens.
Okay, now.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just on, and now let's get. I just said that's what happens when you live in a capitalist country. Like when everything's profit before anything, they're going to do something to stretch it out or change it to make more of it so they can profit from it. Yeah, but I'm with Lance, man. That shit sounds good. I would love to, but nigga, I eat the most worst shit ever. Like they say, pork is awful for you, but I just can't stop with bacon. Like I could give up ham, I could give up everything, but there's something about smelling that bacon in the morning with eggs. You feel what I'm saying? With grits and like. I don't know, and like, you know, you were taught to, the crazy thing is you really have to break to get on the level that you're on. You have to break generational, like I would say curses or generational, you were raised this way. Like I was taught from young, a hearty breakfast, you got them biscuits there, you got those grits there, you got the bacon there, you got the cheese there, like you're eating. Like you're
scoop of butter.
Yeah, but I can honestly be like, that might not be the best way. I can cut back, but like I said, like, yeah, chances are the average person is not going to be able to get bison. I'm just being real because we're in food deserts, whether you admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? To be organic or natural, like you're saying. So you're going to get a beef burger just because that's what's around you, and it's hard to get the natural stuff unless you have people like you teaching. And by the time you teach people, it's so hard to break a diet. Like if I never had bacon, I would never have to taste for bacon. You feel what I'm saying?
Period. That's a fact. Like, and I agree with that. That's why, you know, I give the knowledge. Now look, whether y'all change or not, y'all gonna think about what I said, and that's it. That's all that matters. You feel me? Next time, y'all gonna it's gonna be, even if you don't think about it consciously, you're gonna think about it subconsciously, and you know that's how you plant a seed. Like I only been vegan since 2017. Before that, man, listen, I had the same habits y'all had. Like,
if you get Lance to stop asking and wanting burgers and ribs and all that, I'm like, yo, this nigga done. If you get this nigga to stop, I'm like, bro, what's up? Like, nah, man, that nigga.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still trying to get the fucking Pablo Maccabee house to get some of that oxtail, some of that real island food my man be talking about.
Yo, bro, but look, though, right? Let me ask you a question. You not gonna eat meat unseasoned, are you?
Oh hell no.
Okay.
All right, so you still craving planks. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
And you know what? I've heard that. Somebody said, they was like, yo, if you literally can't eat the meat with no seasoning and you have no craving for the blood of the kill or whatever, it's like, yo, bro, you understand you're not actually craving the meat. So exactly. I have heard that, but I definitely heard that before. But here's my thing. I have one of my main goals in life is to get a house with property large enough for my own farm. That's one of my things. I want to grow. Like you said, I want to grow my own food. I want to grow my own weed. I want to have, you know what I'm saying? I want to have, but do you think it's realistic to actually have something like that if you're not well off? Is it something that can be started now? Like if I just show like a cheap plot of land somewhere, would I need a lot of money to get that started, or do I just need the time and the willingness to work?
All you need is the time and the willingness to work. You could grow. I'm not going to, I don't know what state you live in to say you could grow your own weed, but we're just going to say, hypothetically speaking, you could grow your own weed in your house. You can grow your own food in your house. Like you don't need a bunch of large different type of land. But that's why I come in that from the other work that I'm doing in my community. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, as I'm working on other things so that as I manifest this rap thing into fruition, I have something to offer the people. You know what I'm saying? I have something to offer the people, not just donating some money to charity or paying for a couple scholarships. No, I really want to do work. You feel what I'm saying? Like I want to do real work in the community. So, you know, and the reason why the other work is important is because a lot of times our people get their property taken through what? Property taxes. It's gonna keep everything we talk about is gonna keep coming back to taxes, bro. No matter how you flip it. So in order for you to own that land, you're gonna have to. I mean, not in order for you to own it. In order for you to keep that land, and for it not to be taken, or for your kids to not sell it once you're gone, you're gonna have to secure. Because you know that happens all the time.
I was letting you finish because I was about to say, you got them families that's like, word, Big Mama not doing too good, and they want to sell a fucking property and not understand the value in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. But they wouldn't have to even, and some of them can't afford it too, and that's why they do it. Like some of them can't afford to keep paying the property taxes. But if you tax exempt like me, ain't no property taxes. We ain't doing no property taxes over here. Y'all not taxing us. Like, we gonna get all our money. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get our money how we get our money, and we ain't doing none of that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not something to where I say just manifest on it. Just meditate on it, and then you'll be able to manifest everything that you want. If you want your own farm, my brother, and you want the land and you want this and the third, you get it. You feel what I'm saying? But in the meantime, you can start on your crib. Just tap into it, learn about it a little bit. Quick Google search, quick something. You know what I'm saying? Just to be familiar with how to plant a seed in soil, at least. You feel what I'm saying? And then you just go from there.
I love that you keep saying the word manifest. Major. I just wanted to say that, fella. I'm sorry, fellas. The fact that he keeps saying manifest, yo, and like it's manifest. Do your research. People, pay attention to what he's telling y'all. Like, if you could see it, if you could focus on it, you could really make that shit happen. Bad vibes really will kill dreams, bro. And it's fucking dope to continue to hear people say that. And the research, because that's all we keep telling people. Research, whatever it is. Do your research, believe in it, manifest it. And it's just dope to hear you say that.
Real talk. And let me give you like a what do they call it? In church, when they what it's called, when they went through something and they a testimony.
Testimony.
A testimony on manifestation, right? So the reason how I came into my spiritual awakening, before my spiritual awakening, I was running the streets, doing regular nigga, dumb, stupid shit with my friends. You feel me? How I end up waking up into my spiritual awakening and understanding and tapping into this knowledge was I asked one question. Why are cops allowed to kill us and get away with it? I swear to God, that one question put me on a path that I'm on now. Literally. I just wanted to know, why were they able to do that? And I did so much research until I found the answer. See what I'm saying? And in finding the answer, I found out a lot of different other answers to other type of things that I'm talking to you about now. But that was all it was how are cops able to kill us and get away with it?
I just wanted to ask, as far as, you said you became tax exempt, how long did it take you? Because I don't know if it was like overnight or if it took some time, because I know anytime you get like legally into things, it takes some time. So from point A to point B, how many years, months, or even weeks, it was that fast did it take you to get to the point of being tax exempt?
It took me, I'm going to say 2 years.
Okay.
But it took me 2 years because of procrastinating.
Okay.
It took 2 years of procrastination. That's why it took me 2 years. You feel what I'm saying? But if you the type, and skepticism too, because I never heard of that before. So I'm not just going to be subscribing to stuff. You know what I'm saying? We never heard of being tax exempt. You feel me? Outside of the church and all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never hear nobody.
Church and Native Americans. That's the only time you hear of it. You feel
exactly. You feel me? Exactly. So you think it's not possible. You feel me? So that's why it took me so long. But once just. My thing is, if a person, like for example, if a person hit me up and be like, yo, I want to be tax exempt, I can get them tax exempt within a month if they willing to put in the work. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about if they willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? It's all about if they not afraid. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our people are afraid of the government. You feel what I'm saying? They think that the government,
No, I definitely agree with you on that, because maybe they're like, damn, yo, I'd love to be tax exempt, but it's like, but do I still have Social Security? Do I still have unemployment if I lose my job? So they'll probably start weighing out the things of like, they may even feel like they may never even own a home in their lifetime, like even get approved for a mortgage. So it's like, why get tax exempt if they're probably never even gonna own a home to begin with and all this stuff? But we're talking about people that are that are nation building, that they're planning on owning properties and stuff like that. So obviously that's not who you're talking to. You're talking to somebody's like, nah, I'm finna own at least 2 or 3 properties. And after I pay off this mortgage with the bank, you know, a mortgage, which is a death certificate with the bank, because most people never pay it off. Because now I'm talking to an intellectual brother that knows probably how to break down words and what's the real meaning behind something. And we're gonna hit Black's Law Dictionary and start learning stuff and stuff like that. So that's why, like, when I saw Aboriginal high vibrational rapper, we finna get it in. Like, this is just not.
Yes, sir.
This is Barz and interviews, but we gonna have a real interview today. You feel me? So
Absolutely.
I could definitely see how people could be very fearful, because it's like, am I a sovereign citizen now? Am I, like, you know, categorized as an Indian? What can or can't they do to me? What happens if I travel outside of the United States? Like, you know, am I allowed to come back in or not come back in? So, like, Moorish Americans and Aboriginals and stuff like that is like, you know, a lot of us are not even exposed to this information. So it's like, of course, we're going to be fearful. And then it's like, when you have anything that says, like, comes from the courts, you know, your first maybe little court thing may have been like, you know, a little misdemeanor or child support. That's probably your first 2 things, or a traffic ticket.
Traffic ticket is how you get introduced to court 99.9% of the time.
Yeah, 99.9. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I'll go back to what he's saying and how, like, we're educating. Like, yo, it took a Moorish brother sat down with me and was like, we were just conversating because we both from New York, so we were just talking. And all of nowhere, he was just like, listen, man, like, your birth certificate has a barcode on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that birth certificate is like, you are an owner, like, you are owned. And I was like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? I really told him, I'm not, like, slavery. He's like, man, like, peep game. People are taking out things under that name that's under that barcode. You have businesses opened under your name. You had no idea. So I'm like, what the fuck is you? This nigga legitimately sat me down, no disrespect, and showed me that I am a business like that. My name, I don't want to say my government, but my government was connected, and I saw there were 20 businesses open with my name, and I had no idea. He had to flip script on me and tell me, now I can show you how to get ownership. So if they do this, now you're getting a check in the mail just because you took ownership, or all that's going to disappear. And if they use it without, he's like, I think 30, 60 days, now they're sending you a check because you know your rights. And now you're taking control of your name, your identity. I was shocked when he typed, what's your government? And I saw this and I'm like, that seems like on some fairy tale shit, but it's real. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to put the message out. So, wow, man. I had to get that out. You know what I mean?
Yo, and you know, I feel like that's super, super, super dope, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I was one of the most, you know how they call people sheep? Like, people that don't know nothing, so they call them sheep. Like, they don't do no research. I was one of those people at a point in my life. So for me to go from that to being knowledgeable in like 3 years, I woke up in 2017. Before 2017, This wasn't me. This wasn't me. So, you know, all this knowledge I accumulated in about 4 years. And I feel like it's dope that, you know, people are actually showing our people these type of things, because they do sound like fairy tale type of things. Like, they don't sound like these is real tangible things. They sound like a fairy tale. How could you be tax exempt? Nah. How could you do this? How could you, you know what I'm saying? Until you actually show them, like, look at this, look at that, and look at that, and look at that. Yo, you can do it too. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you just got to understand the contracts that they are holding on to you. And, you know, one of the biggest contracts, like you said, was the birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like, the birth certificate is the contract that makes you property of the United States corporation.
Yeah.
So a lot of people understand that you have America, then you have the United States, which is actually a company. It's just a company. You feel me? So when you start going into, like, you know, all this, terms and stuff like that, like, everything we have is a contract. Like, yo, if you have a driver's license, you feel me? There's like, okay, can I see your driver's license? They'd be like, okay, so you have a contract with the city of New Jersey. So that means now if you run that red light, I can go ahead and cite you because we have a contract together. Now, I don't have no contract with you. I have the right to travel, sir. You know, Chicago coach versus Chicago. So I don't have to, whatever. This is not a commercial vehicle. You feel me? Unless this is a commercial vehicle, then da-da-da-da-da. But, you know, like, that's just like, you know, like one example or something. You feel me?
I appreciate, man. I appreciate this build. I appreciate the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's my duty as an artist to, convey this message into where our people can receive it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm taking on the responsibility of actually being an artist, because I feel like the best way to get through our people is through music, because music seeps into your subconscious. You don't have to consciously listen to music. Yeah. You work out and listen to music. You do this and listen to, you feel me? You don't have to consciously listen to music. So when it seeps into your subconscious, it becomes a part of you subconsciously. Like, I seen literally what the Chief Keef era did to my city. I seen it. I seen what it did to my little brothers. Like, all my little brothers' gangs, like, I seen it. They all grew dreads. They, what I'm saying? Like, I literally seen them listening to this music, and this music changing the way they is. They super tough now. They carrying guns. They, what I'm saying? People getting shot. Like, a lot of stuff going on. Now people ain't in the, see, before, when I was growing up, it was about getting money in the streets. Once that ever hit, it was about just being the toughest dude. You feel me? Like, and having a gun and having an attitude. Real talk. Like, that's all it was. Like, you walk around mean mug everybody because you got a gun on your hip. And if somebody say something to you, you shoot them. That's just how it went. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know how powerful the music is to our people. So that's why I'm taking on the responsibility to be that paradigm shift.
Word, because people don't understand music, and people look at this as a good, negative, and positive way, but music is a spell. There's good spells, there's bad spells. Like you said, you saw the transition of this is what's talking about. The mindset got it subconsciously, unless they understood what was going on, and it happened. And they might have done things not realizing it, but this was what was being fed into them. So they reacted to the spell that was being said. They got into the trance. You have to understand that language when I'm talking about. Even where you could go through the eras of hip hop, it used to be a hip hop, a hippie to the hippity hip. So it's just like, oh, we're having fun in here. This is fun. This is happy. Kid and play. Let's dance. Then to like, nah, let's get money in the streets and sell drugs. So niggas like, all right, well, we're gonna do whatever. To, yo, if he looks at you wrong, he steps on your shoes, that's it. He gotta go. He's being disrespectful to you. He gotta die. And you've seen that happen. I remember the transition of, it used to be like, how good was your boxing game? And like Pop said in Friday, like, you don't win some, you lose some, but you be back. And hopefully you learn to duck, dodge, and dip next time and get him. Now it's like, you got hit, like, oh, you lost? Well, he can't live no more. That's it. Or like, no, why fight? Like, dang, that's why I really believe like people's hands ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? All. They don't train to fight. And then even if you train to fight, the next man, like, yo, my family, yo, and like people can say whatever, like, the older siblings, older cousins used to just sit us down to fight, not hate. They used to just like, yo, bang. That's what we did. Like, oh, even stupid shit. Like, I go back to Power Rangers. Oh, you guys both want to be the Red Ranger? Well, the toughest nigga going to be the Red Ranger today. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's what it was. So you learn. And I can't remember after fighting. Like, I never made like, I hate my blood. I hate my cousin. It was just like, yo, it just was the law. So that means like when other people came out from the outside to try to like, I said, yo, I fight my blood just for like, to be first in line to get the ice cream that's left in the freezer. Like, you really want to throw hands with me? Like, this is out in the family. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't good for you. So it was like, yo, but then it came to like guns and stuff like that. So you had to like be different and like, yo, really take it there. So I like the message, man. I really do. Like how you saying like, yo, you saw the transformation, you saw the trance. And I like how like, even the songs I listen to, I see the knowledge you're going through it. So it's like, a lot of people just talk and say things, but like, when you listen to things, you're connecting dots. And even what you're saying right now, it's more than hip hop. And that was gonna be like my next question to you. Like, when it's all said and done, and you kind of answered already, but it's like, after you do the hip hop training, you provide for your people, like, what is the end game of everything? Do you want to be the best rapper? Do you want to just basically go the Tupac route? Like, okay, I made these albums. I want to give 100% of myself to the people. Do you want to open a studio? Do you want to grow a farm? Like, what's the end game when it's all said and done?
My end game is that I want to be the one to decolonize hip hop.
Break that down, because I don't think people understand when you say
that. I got you. So hip hop is an indigenous art form. We created it, but it's not owned by us. So I'm considering it being colonized. We're gonna call it colonized. You feel me?
Damn. That's deep.
I want to be the person to paradigm shift so hard that our people start to not value the things that they value. Once they don't value the things that they value anymore, the people who control it don't have leverage anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for example, y'all got y'all podcast jumping. Okay, I'll be able to invest in the podcast, get y'all podcast jumping, right? We buy our own servers, and y'all can have y'all podcast, whether YouTube want y'all to have y'all podcast or not. You feel what I'm saying? Us not feeling like we gotta depend on everything that they give us for it to have a resource. Once we strip away our need to be validated in their media, the paradigm shift comes from that. Once because that right now, let's be real. Artists are creating their own buzz now. And then the labels are just capitalizing off that. And the only leverage that the labels got is access to media. They can put you in their media. That's the only leverage that they have. If we, you know what I'm saying, cut that leverage, they have no more leverage. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's long-term thinking. But yeah, when it's all said and done, you know, if it's me, if it got to be my kids, you feel me? If it got to be my grandkids, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to live for a very, very, very long time. You feel me? So whoever it is, when it's all said and done, I want to decolonize hip hop. I want hip hop to be an indigenous owned art. Like, if we created it, then it should be that way anyway. You feel me? So the fact that other people are controlling, and that's why we got to deal with mass incarceration. That's why we got to deal with all of the stuff that they promoting now, killing each other. These bitches, this, that, and the third, like all of the you know, self-destruction, and you know, that's really the only genre of music that promotes self-destruction. You feel me? I understand if it was a, you know, universal type of thing, but nah, that's the only, you know, thing that really promotes self-destruction. So we have to control it so we can put out the message that we want to put out. And you know, that's why I got to put the behind the scenes work in with the law, you know, and all of that type of stuff. So I understand how these things are working, and then, you know, we could go forward with it. So when it's all said and done, I want to decolonize hip hop.
Yeah, go ahead, Lance.
That was deep.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's like, it might be the best answer you've ever gotten to that question. Straight like that, like that's fucking deep as shit. I was completely thrown by the answer. I was like, you colonize hip hop. God damn, I like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
this shit.
I mean, just when you think like nobody could answer that question any better, I'm like, God damn.
Facts.
Word up, man. You know, because, you know, and like you said, manifest. So I manifest things. So can't nobody tell me I can't do nothing. Can't nobody tell me that something is out of my reach, because that's between me and the universe at the end of the day. It ain't between man. People, and then another thing, most people are followers anyway. So you can't worry about what a follower's saying about you can't do. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because when the wave hit, they gonna hop on board. You know what I'm saying? So word up, like.
Word. That's my mentor said it best. He said, yo, boss talk, yo. If you don't understand boss talk, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying to you right now. Oh, shout out Dame Dash. I'm sorry, that's my mentor.
Yo, shout out to Dash.
Facts.
Yo, and that's crazy, yo. He be talking similar stuff like how I be talking. I be hearing him dropping some of the juice. He don't know the in-depth things of certain things, but he got a, you know, overall, you know, like cognitive perspective on it. So, you know, I respect that.
Yeah, man, we had a great interview. Right now we're gonna step into the bar section right now. So you gonna freestyle something, or we're gonna debut it?
I'm a freestyle for y'all, man. Just because, you know, I like the vibe. Just because we was talking, you know, the whole Sue Surf thing. You know what I'm saying? I might as well freestyle for y'all.
Ready for the balls?
I said, take a walk into the jungle. My youngin' show you a bundle. Bit gum with a muzzle. If you a loud nigga, it'll hush you. Come and get it how you want it. Nigga, show me my opponent. You call it gangster when you rep your hood. I call it gangster when you own it. Woo! Spin the block. If he come through, we gonna send a shot. Police come through, better fall back. or we just fucked around and killed the cop. We do not care about none of that. Make them jog or do jumping jacks. Add guns and subtract ops. Nigga, tell me what's the sum of that? Some of that. Some of that. Baby girl, I need some of that. But if your mind don't match your body, then hell nah, I can't fuck with that. And just because you got a fat ass don't mean the shit tight in front of that. Break the trees down, roll the wood. Boy, I'm feeling like a lumberjack. Look, refugee yelling free stretch. Talk tough, get your teeth stretched. Fuck a rook, nigga, we vets. Fuck a rook, trying to beat chests. Gorillas with me like they beat chess. Moving yay like K West. Earning stripes like K Swiss. Haters mad, no they pissed. Got the hood screaming indigenous. They ain't think that we'll wake up. Pretty girl with some soft skin. You don't really need to make up. Long clips, nigga, PG. Fuck around and get a shape up. Quiet nigga, if you know me, I ain't really gotta say much. Come through, we blasting, wonder what happened. Rip his tissues like a napkin. I got the Mac and nigga was trapping. If he a op, we attack him. I got the grip on me, better listen, homie. We ain't the one for the capping. Niggas say that they got bands in their pocket, but when they pull up, they be gassing. And even if you got bands, dog, you don't own no land, dog. You niggas trying to be Jay-Z. I'm more NFAC, Aboriginal bloodline. Tell the ops we gonna free the land. Smoking on this Columbus pack got me higher than Peter Pan. I ain't never been a follower, so it's right that I lead the fam. Rappers talk tough on records. When the cops come, they like cheaters, man. Baby, welcome to the jungle. Turtle Island is the main forest. And I ain't preaching put the guns down. I'm just saying we could change targets, nigga. Fuck you.
Nigga said we could change targets, nigga. Change targets, nigga.
Oh my God. I didn't even know where to start. Where to end. Yo, we screaming Aboriginal out here, son. You feel me?
Feel me that way. Hey.
Go. I'm sorry, nigga said just change the targets. Yo, let's go. This Barz and interviews, nigga. Barz and interviews, nigga.
Barz and interviews. You feel me? I couldn't come to the interview without the bars. You feel me?
That's a fact. Holy shit. Let's go.
Rotted. Yo. Damn.
Yes, sir.
It's just like, yo,
yes,
you
sir.
rock the gems. Still with the it's like, you know, you still felt the hood vibe, like, you know, but it's just like, yo, I really agree with you on that line. It's like, yo, I remember seeing a meme one time, a bunch of hood ass niggas, and it's just like, yo, we so tough, you know, we out here to kill each other, but when the cops come, we run. I'm like, yo, where's my militant niggas at? 'Cause I never ran from the police a day in my life, or from anybody.
Real talk.
You feel me?
Niggas said they
cheaters. I'm talking to me. What's the problem, officer? You know, I just want to go home too. I ain't running from nobody. And that's militant. Bro. That's Malcolm.
Real talk.
You feel me?
Real talk. You feel me? And another thing, one of the lines I like from that freestyle is when I said, smoking on this Columbus pack got me higher
than Peter Pan. Oh my God.
We smoking on dead ops, right? You feel me? They smoking on dead ops, right? That's the thing,
fact,
right? So
nigga.
yeah, Christopher Columbus, a real dead op. We smoking on him then.
That's a fact, nigga. Let's go. Barz.
Real talk, man.
Yo, when you come to Barz and interview, son, you got to come with bars, yo. Like,
well, that's a fact. No bars, your interview getting deleted, yo. That's a fact.
Well, all they did was just speak the truth right there, y'all. And like, now I feel bad for everybody. Like, if after this, if you don't come with it, we'd be like, oh, okay. I guess you're fighting for silver now. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas debuting tracks from now on. Ain't gonna be no more freestyler.
Yeah. That one to the freestyle. No, sir.
That's a fact. That shit is hard, bro. And then your freestyle come from the same artist that wrote straight from Brickz. It's like, yo, you really don't want it with this nigga Jah Brickz. Like, you really don't want the work. And that shit is dope, bro. This shit is an absolute pleasure having you here, my nigga.
Yo,
absolute pleasure.
Make sure I'm tapped into all y'all Instagram. You feel me? I'm gonna follow y'all or whatever y'all doing. I'm gonna shout it out on my page. You know, we gonna show love. We gonna stay in contact, fellas. I really appreciate the interview, like for real, like. You know what I'm saying? This the beginning, you know what I'm saying, a long-term relationship from, you know, the ground zero to we all stars. You know, y'all doing this, y'all podcast, the best podcast in the country. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, debuted my album. It's the best album in the country, you feel me? And, you know, we're going to do it like that.
Yeah, shout out, before we log out, go ahead and shout out where people can find you at, your latest project, and whoever else you want to shout out.
Okay, so y'all can find me on Instagram at Jah Brickz. That's JAH Brickz with a Z, not an S. At Jah Brickz with a Z, not an S. Y'all can also look me up on YouTube as well at Jah Brickz as well. Basically anything you want to look me up on is Jah Brickz. Y'all can if y'all want to build with me like how we just was building, y'all can tap in at Jah Brickz on Clubhouse, because you know what I'm saying, we gets it in. You feel me? Like Clubhouse, we be getting it in. I just want to basically shout out all my people, all my Aboriginals, whether you know you're an Aboriginal or not. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out my tribe, Arna. You feel what I'm saying? I want to shout out Dr. Ali Muhammad. You feel me? And, you know, all of my mentors and, you know, Washak. I want to shout out Jael, you know, just all of my peoples that, you know, put me on the right path and put me in that right headspace. And, you know, that's pretty much it. And, you know, I want to shout out y'all. I want to shout out y'all for inviting me here. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes.
Message. Hey, yo, if you like what you just saw, don't forget, just to shout out everybody, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button right there, you know what I'm saying? Give me that like, that little thumbs up, leave a comment, you know what I'm saying, and share this, you know what I mean? We do it for y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Yo, thanks for rocking with 25-8 The Culture and Jah Brickz. Go ahead and follow him, subscribe, like. Yo, he just spit that fire with the knowledge, with the gems, with the Aboriginal knowledge and stuff like that. 25 hours in a day, 8 days in a week, all grind and no sleep. Thanks for rocking with 25-8. Peace.
Lance Draper and like my Henny. I'm out.
You already know, D-Wise out of here. Yeah, I mean, we do it for y'all. Appreciate everybody. Peace.